Dems bracing for a blue wave might wind up red in the face after seeing these numbers. A new Wall Street Journal poll lays out how Americans trust Republicans over the Dems on everything from the economy to foreign policy, the Ukraine-Russia war, and this one's going to sting, Jessica, even tariffs. Nonetheless, the Bayou blowhard thinks Republicans are about to get wiped out.
I'm looking at the 2026 elections, and frankly, it's going to be a wipeout. Your viewers need to know that the Democrats are going to pick up at a minimum 25 seats, maybe as high as 45. Wow. In all likelihood, the Democrats will carry the Senate. So, and I think we're shaping up very well for the 2028 election, but I don't know, 2030 is, I'm 81, that might be on the other side of my horizon, to be frank with you.
Speaking of wipeouts, the mayor of Jackson, Mississippi, giving Kamala a key to the city. Not the liquor cabinet. And declaring Jan 14th as Kamala Harris Day for her many accomplishments. All right, so what?
It's just,
She doesn't have any.
that's like one of the shortest days of the year.
It is. It is.
Go to ceremonies.
She doesn't want to work too hard.
Don't make up a list.
So here's the thing I realize Carville's gift, and that is if it's directionally true, because Democrats win more seats when the Republicans are in power, vice versa. So it'll be directionally true. But no one remembers all of the predictions he makes that are wrong, which are legion, including himself. He doesn't remember them either.
I think there's a lot of lessons in the red wave that did not materialize in 2022 for the Republicans, for the Democrats now. So we are in January 2026, but it might as well be January 2024 for the Democrats. They have learned nothing. They continue to do the same types of things. For example, Chuck Schumer said that if they were to take back the majority, the first thing that they would do is reverse all the DOJ cuts. Who in that list is saying that's like the priority, right? They have some good points on affordability that they are driving forward on. They have the ability to try to move forward, but as you'll see in the next block, they cannot help themselves when it comes to the things that people said mattered last time, like they don't want men playing in women's sports, and it's just like so hard for them to get that through their heads. I think we're in a little bit of an interesting time here. You have the fact that the Biden administration put Democrats in such a hole that the Republicans are able to be trusted more on all of those issues, despite the fact that you have a majority of people saying the country's headed in the wrong direction. That's an interesting polling. I think it's too early to say. Let's go. You know what? It's going to come down to turnout.
Well done.
It's going to come down to
turnout.
Yep.
So, Jessica, you look at what Dana said here. She brought up the trans issue, and you see Republicans are most trusted on issues like economy, foreign policy, the adult issues. The trans issue is like a kids' table issue. Is that what the problem is? Is that the Democrats has put too much of their what do you call it, eggs in the trans basket?
I don't think that it's as much of an issue for 2026 as it was in 2024 for sure. But Democrats have the big table issues like healthcare. They're consistently trusted more. And if this is a healthcare election, like if millions of people are en route to losing their Medicaid coverage and the Obamacare subsidies going up 400,000%. No, 400%. Sorry, that would be way too much. It would benefit them. But I'm all for taking this poll very seriously. It's the Wall Street Journal poll, very high quality. I think it's an important call to action for Democrats that just because Donald Trump is very unpopular and he's underwater on issues doesn't mean that you automatically get those voters to come over and say that Democrats do it better. What is interesting, though, is the contrast between Democrats being down on like the who's best to handle the economy, foreign policy, the border, but still up 4 on the generic ballot. So I would have expected the Republicans to be ahead or for it to be, 1 or 2 points there because we have seen surveys that close. There was another poll out that I was paying attention to in the CNN poll. It was about how motivated voters are. Dem-leaning voters, 67%, extremely motivated to vote. GOP-leaning, just 46%. Dana's point, it all comes down to turnout.
I just want to say one other thing about the Obamacare subsidies, because, again, I don't want to bring it up in one more thing and get a flag on the play.
Yes, still smarting over that.
That is out there, and then it just goes whipping by. A lot of the disaster that was supposed to befell all of Americans who are on Obamacare in January, it just really hasn't materialized, and one of the reasons is because there was so much fraud in the system, so that people who were getting busted on the fraud didn't re-up because they're not eligible.
Wow. That is a
like that
brilliant
apple.
point. Wow. I'm going to use that on my show and pretend I came up with it.
Right.
You know, Brian, I was thinking about this Kamala
Problem
thing.
is, so many people watch The Five and your show, it's going to be hard to surprise them. But
Well,
go
thank
ahead.
you
I
for
don't
that.
understand.
All right. Thanks, Brian.
Yeah,
All right. You know, when I see that Kamala gets a key to the city.
Yeah.
If there were what city would give you a key?
That's a good point. Let's make it more about me. Massapequa, my town. That's about it. But a couple of things. About Kamala Harris, the Josh Shapiro book looks interesting. It's about Kamala Harris sat with him to interview him about being vice president. She complained about being vice president. She says, terrible job. I couldn't get a bathroom in my office, and I had nothing to do. No one would clue me into policy decisions. Wait a second. You told us for 4 years you were at the president's side during all major policy decisions. Then it turns out she had no major policy decisions or no role there.
She also asked him if he was a double agent.
Yes, for Israel.
She did it
Have you ever
directly.
been?
She didn't directly, but she had somebody else do it before asking him if he controlled the weather.
Right. That's
Jews,
yeah.
Jessica.
Right.
It would be a lot warmer if we were in charge. I can tell you that.
I'm just gonna add a couple of things. There's so much more to play. Number one, Trump's smart. He's gonna have his first ever midterm convention.
Yeah.
You just watch. He's going to get momentum around it. He's going to make himself the center of it. He's going to go to the districts that are a problem, the 34 or 35 that legitimately are in play. We're going to have a natural disaster. We're going to have an unexpected foreign policy situation. Something's going to happen economically that has nothing to do with Republicans and Democrats. And it's going to give both sides a chance to act or react. And that's going to change the game entirely. It's like when you get the preseason, the Street and Smith football guide before the season starts, and you have these experts say this will happen. But you know, it's just a bunch of guys sitting around saying, I think this might happen. But then there's injuries, there's weather, there's coach firings, bad play calls, and everything changes. So that's why this is so early. And James Carville is the Charles Barkley of politics. He says stuff to get attention, but he doesn't mean it.
And they're both bald.
Good point. Yeah.
Thank you. Emily, I saved the fast for last. Yes. That's you.
Just take it.
Yes.
Okay, so I feel like it's not as non-obvious as I would like, but I continue to be shocked by the fact that the Democrat Party seems to not see that the issues that they prioritize or have faith in and put their faith in the GOP over Democrat policies are the ones that are fundamental. To your point about the big table, they are economic and physical safety and security. Like the reason that economy and inflation, which are both up plus 6 points, it is because the foundation of independence and security comes from economic prosperity, and that stems from lower taxes, deregulation, growth incentivization. These are things that obviously, yes, are the platform of the conservative movement, but people don't seem to understand that the reason why things are flowing smoother under this administration is because of those policies. Tariffs? Yeah, because America first. So all of these Democrats that are saying, yes, I trust the GOP more, I hope that they vote with those policies coming up, because otherwise, those vocal ones that say, but vaccines, but trans issues, and then they sort of put their fish hooks in these tiny little incremental slivers. It's up to the vocal minority or the quiet majority of the Democrat Party to say, no, you guys don't actually in any way align with us. Like there will be a massive split, but you're right. If it's all about turnout, then the GOP needs a fire. And if it comes from the midterm convention, great. I'm worried about your prediction, Brian, because I think what we had this time was we had a whole season. It's not about preseason portending the actual season. It's that we had the actual season and America kicked butt during that time. So everyone who wants it to say the same, yes, keep voting GOP. And anyone who wants it to look like New York City.
But Emily, I think 26 is the season. I think 25 was the pregame show. 26 is the season. That's what I'm saying.
Ooh, it's a lot of sports.
Yeah. Although I
hear you
do
on
like
that.
Emily's use of the word portending.
Yeah, it was very
That was
good.
fantastic.
I've never used that in a sentence.
I've never actually said that word out loud. Portending. Yes. That was a portender.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.